He had billions in the bank, private jets, and power over thousands. But when a mysterious illness left him paralyzed, no doctor could help, until a silent maid he had mocked for years whispered, "I can heal you, but not for your money." Asterisk Edward. Langston was a man who owned everything, yet understood nothing. With billions in his account and businesses in every corner of the world, he didn't believe in kindness, loyalty, or love. Only results. To him, people were tools. You used them, and when they were no longer useful, you replaced them. He had fired employees for being 5 minutes late, publicly humiliated his assistant for crying during a meeting. He even laughed when his brother begged him for help during a bankruptcy. Edward believed in one thing: money makes you powerful, and power makes you invincible. Until one day, his body began to betray him. It started with a numbness in his toes. Then his hands trembled. His vision blurred. Days later, he couldn't stand without collapsing. The doctors were called, first locally, then internationally. They ran tests, scans, blood work, everything, but every report came back the same: inconclusive. No answers, no solutions, only decline. For the first time in his life, Edward was helpless. He tried to hide it, at first, barking orders from his custom-built hospital bed. But his staff began to notice. He was thinning, pale, tired. His rage turned into fear, and with fear came silence that he no longer entertained guests. No board meetings, no press appearances, just a fading man inside a fortress of marble and glass. Among his staff was a woman named Elena. She had been cleaning his estate for over 6 years. She never spoke much. She was invisible to him, just another fixture in the background. But Elena watched. She noticed what others missed: the sadness in his eyes, the stiffness in his movements, the despair he tried to swallow each time another doctor failed. Then one evening, while delivering a tray of untouched food, she finally spoke. "You're not dying," she said softly. "You're rotting from the inside." Edward glared at her, surprised she dared to speak. "What did you just say?" "You're being eaten by guilt," she continued. "By every soul you stepped on to rise higher. And now your body is carrying their weight." He burst into bitter laughter. "Guilt? That's not a medical condition." "No," she said, "but it's a human one." He sneered. "You think you can fix me? What are you? A spiritual janitor?" She didn't flinch. "I'm someone who's seen pain and helped people leave it behind." "You really believe that?" He mocked. "I do." He stared at her, a long, calculating look. Then, in his usual arrogance, he chuckled. "I'll give you $1 million if you can heal me." Elena didn't smile, didn't blink. "I don't want your money," she said. "Only your permission." That night, something strange happened. Elena returned, not with medicine, but with silence. She lit no incense, chanted no prayers. She only asked him to listen. "Close your eyes," she said. And for once he obeyed. She asked him to recall moments, not of victory, but of cruelty. The time he laughed at a crying intern. The time he fired a single mother over email. The time he told his dying father, "I'm too busy to talk." As each memory came, Edward felt something in his chest crack open. A strange ache. A weight he didn't know he carried. Then, she said words that pierced deeper than any diagnosis. "You are not sick because of your body. You are sick because of what you've done with it." Hours passed. No machines. No drugs. Just pain. And release. By dawn, he slept without nightmares for the first time in years. When he awoke, he could move his hands. By the third day, he stood, and by the end of the week, he walked. The staff called it a miracle. The doctors were baffled. But Edward knew the truth that he searched for Elena. She was gone. No resignation letter. No trace. Just a folded note on his pillow. "I never needed your money. Just hoped you'd remember how to be human." That moment changed everything. Edward donated his wealth to causes he once ignored: rehab centers, orphanages, caregiver support groups. He personally apologized to former employees. He called his estranged brother and finally listened. He became a man unrecognizable from the one who once ruled by fear. And when asked in a rare interview how he recovered, he simply said, "The body follows the heart. And mine was dead until someone gave it back to me." Sometimes, healing doesn't come in a hospital. Sometimes, it comes in the quiet presence of someone we never noticed. Not every miracle looks magical. Some just ask for the courage to look inward and change.